You put that together quickly.
I didn't do that, Big T.
Well, whoever did it. Because this was 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, you were talking about like maybe going on a cruise. Now it's in a week.
Yeah, my favorite baby mama, she did it.
That's why she's number one.
She is absolutely number one. Amazing human being. Love her to death, man. She's coming. See? Play your cards right, ladies. You can have a baby with me and we can be cool.
Although,
not anymore.
Yeah, that's
What?
the thing of the past.
Oh. Yeah, not anymore.
Oh no, I didn't even end up doing it.
what? From the creators of the legendary MD 2020, the original name and high flavor, high alcohol beverages with those unmistakable vibrant colors and iconic flask bottles, Mad Dog by MD 2020 brings the party with 15% ABV in a portable can that tastes incredible with delicious flavor that doesn't sacrifice on drinkability. We've told you about all the flavors here. I think we lost the Bling Bling Blue Raz because we drank them. I took some Mad Dogs to the beach over 4th of July. It was fantastic. Perfect. And I took the Mad Dog jersey too. Madeline, did you take?
So Mad Dog was nice enough to give my dad a care package to bring
Wow.
home for 4th of July. So my dad got a cooler from them, a polo, a sweatshirt, Mad Dog itself,
get
a
that.
chain. Oh yeah, no, it was just for Dad Dog.
What the hell?
A chain that says Mad Dog on it, jersey. Oh, I got them the whole 9 yards. My mom was wearing the jersey. It's on my Instagram story. Oh, they went all out. And then all of their friends that came over were like, oh my God, Mad Dog. And then it was like a big nostalgia moment for all of them.
Yeah, I was curious how you got the personalized one because I don't have that.
Well,
But-
I hate to say it. All of them just say Mad Dog. My name's just Mad Dog.
oh, maybe I didn't look at the back then.
yeah, the
All right.
back just says Mad Dog because
Okay, got
it's
it.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, but Mad Dog's great. MD 2020 just got more convenient. Grab a Mad Dog by MD 2020 and experience why we've been fueling good times for generations. And also, in my opinion, there's nothing better than watching Jaden Daniels highlights and sipping an ice-cold Mad Dog. I've always said that. So look for Mad Dog by MD 2020 in your local stores and at drinkmd2020.com now. Must be 21 or older to purchase.
Welcome back to Macrodosing. It's Nanodosing. It is Tuesday. It is July 8th, and it's Nanodose. We're back from a little break. Hope everybody had a good time, good week off, looking tanned, relaxed, soulful.
Born like that, dog.
Yeah, you were. You were. Arian, by the way, the king of using sunscreen.
Oh yeah, I don't play about the sun. I mean that motherfucker is real.
Yeah.
That's it. That's shit. I got some homeboys who, for whatever reason, we grew up thinking we didn't need sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not true. All my melanated brothers and sisters out there, the sun will get your ass.
You're not tougher than the sun.
Nope.
Not as high, not as a higher rates as some of your European counterparts, but it will get your ass for sure.
Yep. Arian Foster on the sun. That motherfucker's real. It's a real
That'd be a
one.
good quote card.
Yeah, it's a real one. So
All
yeah,
fact.
we're back. I missed you guys. I miss chopping it up.
Yeah, I feel like
on
it's
this
been a
here show.
minute, right? What's up, people?
Yeah, it's been even longer for Arian and I because
Oh,
we
yeah.
were out for the fill in with Chief and T-Bob, which I'm hearing got rave reviews.
They were
I
awesome.
think it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
So I will be out again on this week's full episode. Sorry about that, but I'm going to be out doing a part of my take week out in Tahoe. So maybe they can fill in.
Poor soul, you.
What's that?
You poor soul.
Poor
you.
soul, indeed. Well, I think that we need to start with big update, massive update. Congratulations, Big T.
For what?
Big T's getting married.
This is news to me.
Oh, my breaking news?
Yeah, I did. No, I did know. I did know.
Yeah.
I'm getting married. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, Big T.
Thank you.
Big T did mention the possibility of doing a bachelor party. And
I do think, Arian, tell me what you think about this.
Oh shit, about to be boring as fuck. What you about to do?
No. I do think it would be fun if you and PFT came to the bachelor party.
I'm down. You just gotta let me know in advance so I can pretend to plan for it.
What do you? Oh yeah, for sure. So my
You know I
my
don't plan
plan
shit, so
is
I'm gonna have to out because you asked, you requested. I'm gonna have to like, all right, these dates. Hold on, what
Ideally-
dates you thinking?
ideally the the next year's baseball schedule usually comes out around this time, like All-Star
Oh,
games.
it's not till next year?
Yeah, it'll be next spring probably.
I don't know that I've ever planned.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. It's not in stone yet. I'm just saying, ideally, maybe if the Braves are in like San Diego or LA or Phoenix or somewhere, that would be a good one. I feel like I've never been to Vegas, but I feel like Vegas is played out at this point.
Nah, if you've never been there,
It's on the table.
It's actually for you.
It's on the
literally
table.
for you. If you've never been there,
It's on the table.
for it. Okay.
Could we do matching outfits?
Yeah,
Could we all get dressed up as Blooper?
that'd be sick actually.
Yeah,
If we all went to like the Braves in LA and we all dressed up as Blooper,
and we were all Blooper. Yeah,
I
for
can
your bachelor
make
party.
that happen 1,000%.
I think Big T,
I'm wearing.
I'm loosely in.
Okay.
If the schedule works out, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Arian and I can show you a good time. But you will have to plan out Arian. Well, since it's a bachelor party, you will be doing the planning already.
I'll figure out Arian's stuff.
Okay.
I would say I could plan Arian's flights
Yeah.
like we do here.
And I need at least one golf outing. I need.
Oh
at
no,
least
that's why I like Phoenix. Great golf, beautiful weather. That's part of it as well.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm tentatively in. Like I'm in spirit already. You know what I'm saying? It's just about to get in the logistics.
Well, listen, when
But
I
yeah,
thought about having a bachelor party, I was like, I think Arian would have a good time.
Arian will absolutely have a good time.
And
Congrats, though, man. What the man?
Thank you.
Locked up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good job, man.
Mr.
Proud of you.
T.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah.
You're going to get to go through a period of planning that I don't think you've ever been prepared for.
Yeah, you said it would be good to bring up on the show because it gives us like a year of content of planning.
I just know that
I don't
here's
care.
why I said it would be good
Like-
to bring up on the show is because you're known for being surly about certain things, for being teed off about some things.
I do. I have several, by the way.
And this is going to give you an unlimited supply of being teed off about stuff.
But I don't really care.
Flips.
She can do whatever she
Flips.
wants.
Yep,
For the most part.
that's a good guy. That's a good. Yeah.
I would love for most of my wedding to be as much as a surprise to me as everyone else.
That would be lovely.
That's my perfect wedding
Just not who you're
That
marrying.
would be fine.
for sure.
That-
I would
that
like
part-
that one to remain the same.
You've
yes.
planned that part.
Yes.
Yeah,
Romantic.
Yeah.
I'm excited for a boy.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, man. He's growing
He's
up.
grown
man.
up.
How far have we talked out? Have we talked about kids? Have we talked about?
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh.
That's a big unk move right there.
I'm on, dog.
Yep.
I had to sit down a couple teenagers playing video games this weekend. But here, let's keep it on you, Big T.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you get engaged to someone that you haven't talked about those things with.
all right. You want to share with the class, or am I just?
I mean, yeah, we will have children at some point.
Baby T.
That's the point of getting married.
Lowercase t's.
Lowercase T's.
That's not the
Little
point of getting married,
T's,
Big
yeah.
T. It's to honor your relationship in front of the Lord.
Right. But to create a family.
You have plain white tees.
Then you can
Have a
be
lot.
fruitful. And more.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Yeah, very pumped for a man.
Yeah. It should be fun.
I really do feel like we've watched you grow up a little bit, Big T.
Yeah. I mean,
Although
I'm,
We were there.
if I grow
we
up,
were there
I
for
mean,
no beard, bro. We were there for no beard.
don't
Yeah.
remind me of that.
That was a weird ass time, dog.
by grow up, I mean that we've seen Big T change from acting like a 43-year-old to acting like a 45-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been here for what, 6 years?
Yeah,
I was 22. I was a child.
just a wee baby.
Yeah.
All right, well we're pumped. We're pumped, and
I'm-
I do want to make the bachelor party if I can. I really mean that.
I would
if
love
my
for
schedule-
you to be there.
If my schedule works for it, I'm there.
If my
And
schedule
as I
works
said, I
for it.
love planning vacations. So getting back from vacation, I would usually be very depressed. But this has given me an opportunity to not only plan a bachelor party, but also a honeymoon. I have 2 vacations that I get
That's
to plan.
Pretty excellent.
So that has softened the blow of getting back from vacation.
I got another buddy that I'm helping to plan a bachelor party for, but his big dream is to take a riverboat down the Mississippi River.
That could be fun.
That seems like, yeah, but it's a challenge in planning it all out.
Sure.
Ideally, one that you can gamble on.
Right.
Yeah, he wants to do like
Oh, yeah.
Tom Sawyer.
Ozark or Ozark vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, if you would like to go from that to shift back to teed off, I have several from my trip.
okay. What are you teed off about?
All right, so before I went to the beach, I spent a few days at Disney World. And I've been to Disney World several times throughout my life. And I was like, this time, you know what? I was like, it's the trip where I'm getting engaged. She obviously didn't know that yet. But I was like, we're going to stay at the Grand Floridian. What's supposed to be the best hotel that's there. Supposed to be unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
That hotel kind of sucks.
Ooh.
Most of the hotels at Disney World have like a theme, right? They're like we went to the Polynesian, unbelievable, like immaculately themed. It smells like Hawaii, like it looks awesome. The theme of Grand Floridian is just like a nice hotel.
It's Florida.
Yeah, but it's not even that though. It's just like supposed to be a super nice hotel, but it's not super nice is the problem.
Gotcha. It's like it's a regular hotel pretending to be super nice.
Correct. And it like the carpet is probably from when the hotel was built in the 80s. Like if you went there in 1992, I bet it would have been unbelievable.
So how was the bed sheets?
Fine.
Mattress?
Not fine. Woke up with a bad
so I'm
neck
Googling
on the first
this.
night.
This looks old as shit.
Yeah.
So this is my problem with like places like the Ritz, who has this prestige name, 5-star accommodated. All old shit sucks. I remember I went on a rant about the Ritz. It's like the lamps beat from back then. Everything sucks. The carpet, you're right, smells. It's just bad. Like modern hotels are 1,000 times better. Everybody need to update or stay at an updated hotel. I don't get impressed by the names of hotels anymore,
dude.
man.
But
it's got to be modern.
But I looked at the Ritz-Carlton Orlando because someone was like, if you're gonna stay at the Grand Floridian, you should just stay there, and it's like $100 more a night. It was so nice. Like everything was, and that's the thing at the Grand Floridian. It was like fake marble countertops.
Yeah.
Like the shower was what you'd see at a Holiday Inn. Like I was mad.
How was the food?
Fine. We ate at one of the restaurants there. It was good.
I have a teed off about hotels as well, and I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like I'm batting about, I'd say, 70%. I think 70% of the time when I get a key card to my hotel room, I get to my door and it works.
Okay.
So that means 30.
That's not a very high.
That means
percentage,
yeah.
actually.
I think I'm at 99%.
That means
at least.
30% of the time.
I'm around there. 99.
I'd say about 25 to 30% of the time it does not work.
You talking about when you check in, you go up to
and then I go back and I have to get a new key because the card didn't work.
You might be doing something.
It happens
that might be
all
a
the time to
thing,
me.
What are you doing with the key card from the time you get it to the time you get to the door?
I put it in my pocket. And I try to go away from the phone because somebody told me one time that the phone might fuck it up. But that can't be the case,
true?
right?
I've heard that before.
Everyone
but I've
has
never had
phones.
an issue.
It might be the wallet. The Velcro.
It might be.
might set it off. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's no more frustrating thing than getting to a hotel, especially if it's like a long day of travel.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yes, a cell phone can potentially demagnetize a hotel key card, especially those with magnetic strips. While some sources suggest it's a low risk or less common now, many hotel employees and users report key failings due to proximity to phones and other magnetic sources like purse or closures.
Yeah. So maybe that's it.
Yeah, be an adult and carry it like in your hand like the rest of us.
Well, sometimes you have suitcases and bags and things that you're carrying, but I try to keep it away from the pocket, but there's no more frustrating feeling than getting to your door after a long day of travel. You already waited in the line, checked in, did all that stuff. You just want to put your stuff down and just lay down for a second. And then you get to the door, and then you got to go all the way back down to the main lobby. I think it's about 25% of the time that it happens.
And see, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably about 70% after I check in. And I leave the hotel and I come back, then it gets a little bit more dicey. But I think that's definitely a you thing. Just try to hold it in your hand. I don't have the, I like keeping it in my hands because like I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I always look at where the room is, open the little packet, see what the Wi-Fi code is.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I gotta try something new because what I'm doing isn't working for me. But congratulations, Big T.
Thanks.
I'm glad that you had overall a good vacation.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Speaking of vacations in Florida, and okay, so this weekend I was just bumming, and I was watching low-hanging fruit Netflix shit, and it's a documentary on like the poop cruise.
Haven't watched it yet, but I want to.
I wouldn't advise it. It is a kind of a waste of time, but it was it was funny more than anything else. Nobody died. Nothing really happened other than a whole bunch of people got their trip inconvenienced. It wasn't. It was very uneventful, but it hit me because on the 16th I'm doing a cruise with my family, and it got raised some alarm bells, and so I had to watch it to see what to look out for. But it was just very uneventful. It was
Mildly disappointed I didn't
was,
get to help.
an hour of people being inconvenienced. It was pretty good waste of time.
What
I would
cruise
say.
line?
That one was like, what's the big one? The big one.
Carnival?
No, what cruise line are you
What's the-
going on?
I think it was Carnival. The one I'm going on is let's see here. I have emails.
Royal Caribbean,
I'm
Princess.
my Royal Caribbean.
Okay, you're gonna like that. It's a solid line.
I like that it is Big T approved. I'm excited about it. My daughter was saying the weather might not be the best, but the weather's never bothered me. I unless it's like hurricane shit. That would
You
suck.
put
She was
that
talking about
together
rain.
quickly.
I didn't do that, Big T.
Well, whoever did it, because this was
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. You were talking about like maybe going on a cruise. Now it's in a week.
Yeah, my favorite baby mama, she did it.
That's why she's number one.
She is absolutely number one. Amazing human being. Love her to death, man. She's coming. See, play your cards right, ladies. You can have a baby with me, and we can be cool.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's the
What?
thing of the past.
Oh.
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh no, I didn't even end up doing it.
What?
All right, so Arian sent a message to us in the group chat being like, "Hey, I can't. What was it like? I can't make
Recording Monday,
recording
but we were off anyway.
on Monday because we were off. Yeah, it was during the week off. He's like, "Hey, I won't be able to be there. I
I
have,
have a
a
surgery.
a surgery," and then it was the snip emoji and the eggplant. So I thought he was getting circumcised.
I was all planned and set to, but you ever just wake up in the morning sometimes and you just ain't feeling it?
You got cold balls.
I just didn't.
You got cold ski.
Is
You
that a
out.
prepay situation? Like, did you lose out on money?
Right.
Nah.
Oh, you definitely lost out on money, but it's not. How much is that procedure? Like $1,000, 500?
Yeah, it's not that. It's not that much.
I mean, that's a lot of money for.
I'm gonna get it done. It's just I wasn't feeling it that day. So
Yeah, have you ever woken up in the morning and felt it and been like, "Yeah, I could get him chopped today"?
oh yeah.
Did you
See,
have
the
an
problem
appointment?
is the place is like 30-40 minutes from me, and then you add all the traffic. It's just a long ass drive, and then like if it was like 5 minutes down the street, I'll get it chopped today.
Like if they
You're
came to
gonna-
your house,
Huh?
if the doctor showed up at your house wearing like with the old timey leather bag,
Oh, in home visit.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I bet you could probably make that happen.
yeah,
Also, can I ask a question?
No.
Okay, then I won't.
the seamless for
Okay.
vasectomy.
If
Go ahead,
you
go
if
ahead,
you
go ahead,
end
go
up
ahead,
having another child, would you wish you had made the 45-minute drive?
It depends on who it's with, and it depends on how I feel about the person, which would be the same as who it's with, I guess.
18 years versus 45 minutes.
What is the thing though? Like, I love my babies. Like, I love being a father. I'm a great dad. My kids right now are training with my brother. We wake up every day. We play ball. We swim. It's summertime. I love being a dad. I love it. There's nothing else I love. My little baby, she's amazing. My 7-year-old loves me. She's a daddy's girl. I love being a father. Love it. It's just if they didn't come with baby mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just- they come with a stork. So
Yeah.
it's
Like tomorrow morning, if a giant bird dropped a newborn off at your house, you'd be pumped.
I'll be happy, bro.
Yeah.
I've thought about adopting before too. Like I really love being a dad. It's amazing. There's nothing more that I love than little responsibilities that look to you for guidance, advice, food,
hmm
all of that. It's amazing.
Well, this makes me feel even worse about I sent a video in the group chat that got no ha-has, no responses. I sent Arian a get well soon message from the Avatar land at Disney World. Didn't even get a response at all, and it turns out his balls were
Oh.
completely fine.
Did you even watch it?
Yeah. No, sometimes it's summer, dog, and I have, like I said, I got all my kids, and it's a lot. I'm doing a lot right now.
I was like, I need to get in front of the mountains. I need to film this. Tell Arian I hope his balls are doing okay, and then they were
my fault.
completely fine.
That's my fault. Yeah. No, I'm good. Balls are still intact. So we still rocking for now.
We might find you a at-home vasectomy guy.
Hey,
Just
if
roll
you're
up
in
in
the Houston metro area, and you trying to come snip me up, holla at me.
Yeah. All right. Well, keep us posted.
I'll keep you posted. You specifically.
Yeah, I
I'll
want to
keep
know.
you posted.
I want to know when it happens.
I'm gonna FaceTime you during the procedure.
I think you probably can do that, right? Because they keep you awake.
You can
Do
be
they?
awake. I don't want to
I
be
think
awake
so.
though.
I think
Why?
I've heard that they keep you awake, and then the doctor says
It's
you're going to feel a little pressure.
It's a very quick surgery. It's maybe like 15, 20 minutes. It's not fast.
Well, I know it's a
No.
2-day recovery because everyone gets them before the first weekend of March Madness, so they can skip Thursday and Friday at work.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, the vasectomies the week of the first round of the NCAA tournament spike precipitously.
That is hilarious.
Doctor's orders. Got to chill on the
Doctor's
couch.
orders. Here's what it is.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, that is the time.
Yeah. Arian, I had not a real procedure, but I had acupuncture for the first time over the break, and I had it twice, and it's kind of relaxing. I didn't know that.
What kind did you get? There's different kinds. There's like dry needling for specific targeted areas, and there's like actually like the Eastern, where you sit there and they put it on different places in your body. Which one?
It was not the dry needling. So I went there because I messed my back up bad a couple weeks ago, to the point where couldn't go to Yellowstone, which I'm bummed out about. But Yellowstone, I was about to say that it's still going to be there, but with the super volcano, you never really know. But it'll probably still be there, so I'll be able to go in the future. But I was like at a point where I will try anything to be able to get around and not be in pain all the time. So I went to acupuncture, and they put, I want to say like 8 needles in my lower back, and then some on my legs, and then one on like the back of my neck. And then they did the electrostimulation on it. And I did that twice last week. And I think I'm better. I don't know if it has anything to do with the acupuncture, but I woke up feeling better the next morning, and then better the morning after that. So it might help, but it was like kind of crazy the first time that they put the needle in, because you don't know what to expect. And then the first one goes in and you're like, oh, that's not bad. It's like an insect bite.
Yeah, it's like a little prick. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall,
But
not a bad procedure.
my first experience with acupuncture was I was going into the NFL draft. I was in Arizona, and I had never done needling or anything like that. And I haven't had an experience like it since, as far as like the needling is concerned. So they laid me down and they put one on like my ear, my neck, my back, my ass, my calf, my heel, something like that. And then I didn't feel much then, and it felt fine. And then that night, I felt like this like extreme, what I would describe as like a rush of energy, but thinking, pragmatically, it was probably just blood flow. That there was just like an extreme amount of blood flow, and I could feel it rushing. I could just feel it rushing down. And I felt like it was because of the acupuncture, but anything I've done since then has never done that before.
Yeah.
So I don't know how reliable it is. But it's probably I think the dry needling actually is really, that shit really helps. Like if you have like tight, tense muscles, they get in there and they kind of like release those trigger points. That shit helps a lot.
And even if it's placebo, I'll take placebo.
Placebo can work, man. Mind's a powerful thing, man.
Yeah, because listen, if it provides some relief, I'm down for it. So I went in, and a lot of times I like to choose my doctors based on who is the least likely to be a Barstool Sports fan.
Like that. Okay.
And so I picked this guy out, and he was, I would say, older gentleman. I would say probably 50-ish, 55-ish, something in there. And so we go in, I lay down on the table, and he starts putting the needles in my back. And he's like, so what do you do for a living? I was like, I work in sports media. He goes, do you work at Barstool Sports? And I was like, yep. Uh-oh. And he goes, I didn't recognize you without your sunglasses. I listen to Part of My Take all the time. So that didn't work. That's the second time that my technique has not
You
worked.
should have just said media.
Yeah, media.
I feel like he might not have clocked it right away.
Well, I think he was kind of like fishing for it, because I think he had an idea, but he was not sure because I wasn't rocking the shades at the time. So that was an interesting development. But whatever he did, I feel like it's worked out a little bit. So hopefully we're on the downhill side of this back issue, because having a back injury sucks, man. It will suck the life out of you real quick. But besides that, my week was pretty good. Had some family in town, some friends in town, and hung out, had people over. Drank a lot of beer, ate a lot of burgers, ate a lot of hot dogs, got some sun. The week of the 4th of July might be my favorite week of the year. But
Strong.
The thing about Chicago on the 4th, and it's not like this every year, but this year it was, they didn't have city fireworks, but what they did have was people setting off fireworks on every corner for about 8 hours nonstop, maybe even longer than that.
You enjoy that?
I thought it was kind of cool.
No.
You just look all around and you just see fireworks everywhere.
No. Fireworks
Hey,
need to be.
Mr. America don't like
I
fireworks.
love fireworks when you go to them and you know when it's going to be 20 minutes at the beach and then they're done. And then you go home and there's no more booms. That's what I want.
no more booms.
I went to the fireworks we were in Naples, and they're just setting them off with no music or anything, and I was like, this sucks. So I popped in my AirPods and I played my July 4th playlist while the fireworks. It was a magical experience.
You gave yourself your own
Mm-hmm.
play. So you
Lee Greenwood and Toby Keith, all of it. It was great.
but it didn't match up.
What do you mean?
Like the nice thing about
It matched up great. It was music about America as the fireworks were going.
Okay, did you hear the fireworks though?
Yeah, you could still hear them.
Okay, that's good. I found out that Blake is remarkably chill during fireworks.
That's good.
He was like,
deaf.
no, he's not deaf. There were a bunch of little kids over too, and he was just more excited about playing with the little kids than he was being worried about the fireworks.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he just wanted to like hang, because when kids come over to your house, especially if it's like a party, they're the most fun for a dog ever. They're doing all the activities, they're playing with all the little toys, they're running around. That's like perfect for a dog. But then the fireworks go off, and then I'm freaking out because I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna be one of those dogs that's freaked out by fireworks. He fell asleep during the fireworks. He was so
It's
chill out.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah, he was a good dog. But there's another big piece of news that broke last night that we need to talk about. We need to address. It turns out that Jeffrey Epstein and by extension Ghislaine Maxwell didn't really do any blackmail or
Nothing happened.
They didn't really implicate any high-powered members of society. There's really nothing else that we can look into, so case closed.
Shame he kind of killed himself for no reason.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Like if he had known,
He could have gotten away with it.
he must have had a bad lawyer. His lawyer should have been like, "Hey, man, we're gonna get you out of here in like one day, and you'll be back to normal." It's all there's a big misunderstanding. So turns out we can file Jeffrey Epstein under the misunderstanding section. So the Justice Department and the FBI say that they have no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed powerful figures, that he kept a client list, or was murdered. So I think we're moving on from this. And when we talked to Brace has told us, and if you paid attention to the case, there was never going to be like a magic list. It's not like he had a list that was, here are all the bad people in the world. It was going to be more like look into who was there. There's evidence of who visited the island, who visited the house. There were videos, there were cameras in a lot of his houses that I guess he just set up to film empty rooms or to film himself.
Right. So they did say they had video evidence of him, but nobody else.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff that both Bongino and Kash Patel have said, especially over the years. Now, for a while, Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, they were content creators, they were podcasters, and a lot of their job was to get people riled up about stuff. And they said a lot of things about Jeffrey Epstein and what they were hiding from us, covering up details about his death, covering up details about who visited him. And so then they get appointed to the FBI, and Pam Bondi, who was was she the secretary? She was a secretary of something down in Florida. She was working down there while Epstein got his first sweetheart deal, where he was basically put on work release for the initial sex trafficking crimes. So she is now the head of the Department of Justice. The problem is all three of them, since they have gotten in office, have said things about how much evidence they're going through at the time and how there's truckloads of documents. There's a lot of videos, I think 10,000 videos that they're going through, things of that nature. while still heavily implying that they were going, not implying, while saying we're about to release all the information for you. And then they just released all the information for us. And it turns out that nothing bad happened.
What did they give to libs of TikTok at all?
The binders?
Yeah.
The binders it was information that was already out there. Except it was actually less information that was already out there because they redacted parts of it that you could find online.
Didn't Pam Bondi say I have the list that's on my desk or something?
She said it's on my desk, yeah.
Yeah. And now there is no list.
Yeah, so now what we're looking at here is a bunch of people that, like, specifically Bongino and Kash Patel, that have talked a lot about everything that's involved in this case and how they're going to blow it wide open and all the conspiracies behind it and how the FBI is corrupt, and so we're going in to root out all the corruption, and we'll give you the details. Now that they're in office and in power, they're saying the exact same things. If not, I would even say they're going further to exonerate, way further to exonerate the nameless, rich, and powerful people that could be associated with this than the previous two administrations have done. So it just, it feels like as content creators, they were building up a big conspiracy, and now that they're in charge, now they're saying, well, there's no conspiracy, after already saying that there was a conspiracy even while they were in charge. So just like whistling a completely different tune right now.
Also, isn't Ghislaine Maxwell in prison for like facilitating things from him to other people?
Yep. But it turns out there were no other people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So is she going to get pardoned? Is she going to get exonerated?
She should be banging that drum right now.
Well, I think in theory you could be convicted of sex trafficking without having anybody that gets convicted of receiving the sex trafficking. In theory, right?
I guess.
Like if there wasn't enough evidence to say this person definitely did it, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's not enough evidence to prove that somebody was arranging for the trafficking to happen. In theory. But it's very unlikely.
What's Judas saying?
Who?
Judas.
Which
Elon.
Oh, Elon? I think Elon might be getting ready to drop something. He's not happy. Well, Elon did drop something last week. He's forming his own party, which I'm sure is going to take off like hotcakes. I think Elon's going to find out pretty quickly that everybody is annoyed with him on both sides. So he might be actually starting a third party that could be successful. People that hate Elon Musk.
I'd join that.
Like he might be going about this and accidentally stumble his way into a massively, massively influential party, bipartisan. But recently he's been upset with the Epstein non-release of information. So
he was initially like, fighting with Trump, and then he rescinded, said, just kidding, that's my dog.
Yep.
Where and now he's saying, yo, I don't know what he's saying. Is he saying they botching the list? Or are they hiding the list? Or what is he actually? Has he actually tweeted? I'm sure he has.
He's implying that they're not releasing the real information.
Which by their own admission earlier, they're not.
Correct.
What was that? I think it was Michael Wolff, like 2017. Didn't he have an audio recording of Epstein saying that he was like Trump's best friend and he used to cuck his friends?
Yes.
Shit like that.
That recording.
How the fuck did that get swept under the rug?
Because I think it was in October when it came out right before the election. And so there was just a lot of shit being flung back and forth. But yeah, there are tapes of Epstein saying that he's good friends with Trump. And also Trump had said in the past that they were friends, but he broke it off. But yeah, it's the whole thing very fishy. I don't know what's going to happen from this point on, but I feel like it's not over.
But they have to know that this is not the way. If you, I don't even know how to. This is not the way to get it to go away, because people just know you're full of shit. Now maybe everybody just eventually forgets, I guess, which seems to happen with most things. But you've been saying for years,
yeah,
like, oh, we have it.
And here's what.
It was Kash Patel's whole thing, like
Here-
day one.
Yeah, day one. But here's what we're going to find out, if we ever do find out the truth, that there's very powerful people that were actively engaged in pedophilia, and these very powerful people are not exclusive to the Democrat Party or the Republican Party, but there's a lot of rich, powerful people that were doing really, really shitty things. And so that could be an explanation of why we haven't heard all the details before. And now that Trump is president, why we won't hear all the details after either.
I used to think the whole Epstein thing was likely overblown, because if there was something really if there was a cabal of pedophiles, like, we would have heard about it somehow. But now I've gone so far the other way. Like, there's nobody you could tell me that was involved and I wouldn't believe it.
So I think that it's not like they get together and have like satanic blood orgies.
I think it might be.
And you think we're
I
at
think
that
I think
point?
it might be. I'm dead serious.
I think he got a lot of powerful people with in bad situations and trapped them there. And these powerful people were already kind of scumbags and did some very illegal things. But I don't know that they all did it together at the same time under the veil of secrecy. I feel like
Maybe not usually.
I do think that the way that this is all shaken out, he probably had ties to intelligence agencies and he was getting blackmail on everybody. But I don't think he was blackmailing like 40 people at a time, like all together. I think it was like he would take them individually on these trips, and maybe a couple of them were friends and a couple of them knew each other's secrets. But yeah, I don't think that we're done. I think we're gonna find some more information out.
Well, how? From who?
Elon. Now Elon will change his mind depending on what medication he takes. He just goes.
I'm just tired. I'm tired of getting gaslit. I want to show me something. Like, I'm all for it. If there's an evil satanic blood cabal drinking adrenochrome, I want to know. If it's just a bunch of rich dudes dressing up like dorks on Sundays, I want to know.
So-
I want to know. I need to see that. I want to see it. I'm open. Whatever it is, let's see it.
Here's why we might find out, because like the current administration had said so many things publicly about all the information that they have that they're about to release, and then to say the exact opposite, there's going to be people that are asking questions in Congress. There's going to be more, maybe an investigation into the investigation that
What's
we
our girl
might not ever
MGT
find out
saying?
the details. What's up?
What's our girl MGT saying?
Oh, I think she's upset.
Uh-oh.
I think she's no. I'm withholding comment until I hear what Laura Loomer has to say about it, because that's where I'm going to get the good tea.
Got you.
She has been remarkably quiet. Wait, no, she hasn't. Never mind. Just took me way down her page. I was like, this woman hasn't tweeted since July 5th. She's definitely dead. All right. Oh, she just did say, hopefully someone at the White House press briefing today asks if President Trump plans on firing Pam Blondie. That's a good nickname. If she doesn't get fired over this Epstein memo, people are going to be so black-pilled. How come Blondie didn't sign her name to her own memo about the Epstein Files? She needs to resign.
What the fuck does black pill mean? I know what red pill mean. What does black pill mean?
That you're very pessimistic, and it's the opposite of red pill.
Wait, I thought red pill meant like low key woke, high key actually.
Red pill means like you've become you're
Awakened.
right, but more for the right. Like you maybe have become
No,
enhanced.
it came from the Matrix.
Right, but
That shit-
in recent years, it means like you're more in tune with the right. Someone like
yeah. Damn, y'all jacked the Matrix too, which is one of the most left leaning movies maybe ever.
I didn't make the thing. I don't know.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I see. Red pill. This is what the dictionary says. Causing someone to have their perspective dramatically transform, especially introduce them to a new and typically disturbing understanding and the true nature of a particular situation. That's literally the definition of woke. That's interesting that y'all jacked that too. Damn, can't have nothing. Can't have no nice things.
Yeah, black pilled is like become a nihilist.
Welcome to the club.
I went to Marjorie Taylor Greene's Twitter to see if she had said anything, and I don't see it, but I do see that if you donate to Marjorie Taylor Greene's People Over Politicians Committee, you're entered to win a $10,000 gun that looks sick.
That's awesome.
That is maybe the most hilarious oxymoron of all time.
It's got a 200-round belt.
People over politicians, and you win a gun.
Dude, you should go check it out. It's a sick gun. I'm donating.
Oh my God.
There's so many gun giveaways in America.
I'm donating
Just as-
$17.76.
Just as Jesus would do. You know Jesus would be all for guns, fam.
You're donating
Let's see.
$17.76.
That's one of the options, yeah.
Oh yeah, is that the highlighted option, the recommended option?
No, I clicked it.
Okay, we recommend 1776. So where do we go from here? What's going to be what else are we going to find out about this thing?
I don't think we're going to find
You
out
seem to
shit.
think
I
we're
think
gonna
we're all
find
gonna
out
be
anything.
either 70, 80 years old, or we're going to be dead by the time the real files get released.
I'm just looking forward to seeing Dan Bongino now that he's trying to be the responsible dad. Like, hey, we can't just go out there spouting conspiracies willy-nilly, okay? I looked at these files. I saw the video. He keeps saying that he saw the video. The video is, from what I understand, a video of the outside of the jail cell.
Yeah, I saw, and it's missing 2 minutes. Did you see that?
Oh, even that one is?
Maybe I got duped.
Well,
but the video I saw it goes from 11:58 to midnight.
There are some other videos that are missing time. He and Cash implied that there are videos that show nonstop the fact that nobody enters the jail cell. But I don't think that's going to be enough to make people believe him.
I'm also seeing people tweet that the cell in the video is not the same as the one that they had pictures of when he originally committed suicide. I'm not well versed in this enough to know if that's true, but I have seen that from multiple people.
Nothing to see here. That's the official stance. Also, nothing to see here. The Diddy trial. But he got convicted on 2 of the 5 charges.
So before the verdict happened, my homeboy, his wife is a lawyer, and she had came over and we was all just watching TV and shit. And she was like, "What y'all think about the Diddy shit?" And I have paid zero attention to that case, so I thought it was case closed, throw away the key, almost life, right? And then and that's what I said, and she was like, "I think you need to look at the evidence." I'm like, "Well, what is there to look at?" And she starts explaining it. And this is before the verdict. And I was like, yo, I think he's going to get off. And it's because long story short, they tried to put a RICO on him when I don't think they had close to a case of a RICO.
Yeah.
And that was their mistake. Like, it was a very weak RICO case, which is not normal for the feds because the feds usually have a high prosecution rate when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it seems like they were just trying to pin him when they were trying to give him more than what he was doing. Now, is he a bad dude? Yeah, I agree with that. He's an abusive man. He's a manipulative man. He's probably a bad dude all around. But I don't know if he was doing the shit that they was originally. Like, now this is like the hearsay of what I heard was levied. Like, there was like murder charges. There was like racketeering, sex trafficking, stuff like that. Now, technically he did sex traffic, but it was like he paid prostitutes to come over, on a plane to that partake in all that stuff. But from my understanding, it was all consensual. And so all that combined, he really didn't do nothing too crazy, other than aside from the, assaulting women, shit like that. I'm not talking about that. That's where I think he's a bad dude. I'm talking about like the sexual trafficking allegations and stuff. There wasn't that much, from my understanding. There was that much evidence to prosecute him, and that's why he got off on the RICO. There just wasn't anything there. It was just like a big nothing burger and a whole bunch of hearsay. But he was probably manipulative and a bad dude, abusive. But I don't think he was like sex trafficking and stuff like they said he was.
So right now he's still in prison, and he has a sentencing trial that was recommended to start on October 3rd, or the sentencing was. but they're having a hearing tomorrow, or I guess today as this comes out, to finalize a sentencing date, and they might move it up earlier. So I don't know if he's probably going to get some credit for time served, but I don't know if that means he'll go home. He might just go home.
It's a possibility. I mean, I don't like I said, I haven't seen any damning. I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I admittedly haven't read every statement in court or whatever the case may be. You know who you probably have on? Remember that lady who did the Young Thug case with us? She been on the whole thing. I follow her on IG.
Same lawyer.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Truly humbled under God guy.
Yeah, truly humbled on the guy. Yeah, I got off Twitter, so I don't get a lot of breaking news anymore, but I've been following her IG. So
yeah, Arian, you deactivated.
I did. I got off the Twitter sphere.
Why?
It's a toxic place, though.
So I agree with you. I 1,000% agree with you. But you had always seemed like you said you liked going back and forth with people and stuff.
Yeah, I do, and there to a certain extent. I think it got to the point where like some dude had tweeted me, and he added you too. He was like, "Yo, the dumbest take in Barstool history," and this wasn't it, but it was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. It was like the dumbest take in Barstool history is when you said you don't think you have free will. And then I try to give people the benefit of the doubt to think that they want to engage in a good conversation and they're not just trolling. That's probably to my detriment.
I would agree with that.
But yeah, it's just, I'm a good dude. And then he said some smart shit back, and it hit me. I was like, you think you have free will? That's fine. There are plenty of brilliant people who have thought we have free will. And there are plenty brilliant people who think we don't have free will, right? Like it is a philosophical argument. And the fact that he hadn't heard of the other side let me know you haven't really engaged in this topic in any kind of real way. Like it's just you feel like that, and that's fine. But like to say it's a stupid take or a dumb take without actually having engaged in like the literature and the brilliant people before you. Einstein was a determinist, right? Like he's one of the most brilliant minds that have ever walked this planet. You would never call Einstein an idiot, right? I'm not saying I'm Einstein. I'm just saying like there have been brilliant people on both sides. I would never say you think you have free will or you're a dumbass. I would never say that. I understand the arguments. And it just hit me. I'm like, I do spend a lot more time because it's probably the best news app out. And I admit that right now. So like I tried to substitute it. Like there's this joint called Ground News, which is a really good news app. I don't know if you guys know free ads, but it's a really good news app. It does a really good job of kind of trying to let you know, okay, a news story breaks. This is from the right who's reporting it, from the left who's reporting it, on which side. It's really dope. But it doesn't happen in real time like it does on Twitter, which could be good, could be bad. But yeah, I just got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm engaging with somebody who is not in a good faith. Doesn't have good faith. Like it doesn't bother me to the sense like it's not messing up my day, but it's like, why am I wasting my time here? Like it just doesn't make any sense. And so maybe I'll get back on. I don't know, but for now, it's been very peaceful. Like people that should not have access to your inner thoughts like that. 24/7, especially when so most of the time I don't even want to engage. I just want to hop on, check the news, see what's going on, yada yada. So I left, man.
Are you going to get on any other alternative platforms?
No, it's not. I'm not getting on like Blue Sky or Threads or anything like that. Nah, I don't know that it's that healthy for me. It's an addiction. Like we wake up in the morning and the first thing we check. I can only speak for me, but I'll grab my phone first, and it's been good not having to do that. I've been getting outside more, stuff like that. It's been pretty cool. And so I'm enjoying the peacefulness of it all. I do have IG still. I'm not on it though. I don't really like IG. That is a mall. That is a live action mall that I'm not really that in love with. But I'll check in with my peeps every now and then. But for the most part, it's been good not having any social media.
For me, the bots are the big problem on Twitter. X, the everything app. The bots are just out of control.
Yep.
Automated reply bots, OnlyFans bots, gambling bots. I have fully subscribed to the dead internet theory now. I think that most of the traffic on that website is just bot traffic. I don't know how the bots do it. They're getting pretty good at just replying to stuff while making it seem like, well, what they'll typically do is just kind of rephrase what you said in the original tweet, and then they'll reply with that, and they'll say, "Very interesting. Anybody else have a take?" But yeah,
I also got tired of the farming, like the content farming. Like, and my homeboy started doing it too. All right, top 5 movies. Who you got? Like, or like this actor versus this actor. Who you taking? And I was like, this is gross. This is just disgusting.
You know who's been doing a lot of that recently? Another former NFL running back.
Who that?
Le'Veon Bell.
He's bot farming. Or he's just, what do they call it?
Engagement farming.
Engagement farming. There you go.
Yeah, he's very, very emotional. And he kind of,
we all are. We're humans.
but he kind of tweets like a middle schooler would.
Okay.
Right? Like he'll a classic Le'Veon Bell post would be like, "Man, sometimes I just hate fake people." ... And then
facts.
Yeah, and then people like
facts.
speak on it. "Let today be the last day you let people play with you." ... The 2 dots. That's the one that gets me. The 2 dots is like, I want people to ask, what's wrong with me right now? Who hurt me?
Well, I just wish people knew how to use an ellipses.
Yeah, the 3 dot doesn't convey the same like emotional.
Oh, I'm put me on. I don't. There's a difference between 2 dots and 3 dots.
Two dots isn't a thing.
It's not a thing, but people use it.
Oh, got you. The only thing I've seen it used like professionally, grammatically, is like "to be continued." ... Like, other than that, I haven't seen it used in any real way other than like, I don't know. What is it actually?
You can use it so if you're quoting something and you start like in the middle of a sentence, you put it at the beginning to indicate that like there's stuff before that. You can use it in like I've used it writing before, but it's not. I would prefer an M dash to an ellipsis.
An M dash. Is this MLA format?
That's a way of annotating things. Bibliography. So that's what MLA is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hated those.
Some people are so poor, all they have is money. ...
Real.
That boy went to the depths right there. That's deep.
Yeah. Actually, all these are so true. Make friends with people who get mad at you when they see you're not living up to your potential. ...
Come on, that's like a Forever 21 shirt or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
I actually didn't know he was addicted to the ... I was just the best way I could describe him would be being a ... guy.
I stopped fucking with him with he started doing all that Trump backing, but it wasn't like, listen, I got homeboys who vote for Trump. It is what it is. But it was the way he was doing it. He was like, I think he wore that shirt that said he called Kamala a bitch, shit like that. It's like, no, it's corny, man. Like, you not helping, brother. You're not helping.
Another thing from my vacation, did y'all see the pictures I sent from the Trump grocery store?
I did see that, yeah.
So Trump branding aside, because I think that was added after the fact, that grocery store, it's called Seed to Table.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable place.
It did look like a fantastic grocery store.
So they have it's massive, and they've got an ice cream parlor, a bar, a coffee shop. Like, you can get any sort of food. Like, and they have restaurants in there. Then there's an upstairs where they have a very nice sports bar and a stage. They have live music there at night, and it turns into like a club. And the guy who I guess started the grocery store railed pretty hard against Florida's mask mandate in 2020. I guess he's a super Trump guy.
Yeah.
And now the grocery store is Trump themed. And they have I bought a thing of gold cotton candy. It's called Trump hair. I got some MAGA hot sauce. And I assume
Does he make his own stuff, or is this from like other Trump-themed food companies?
I don't know everything. So the whole premise of the store was like he gets everything from local farmers and but the Trump stuff I assume is probably somewhere else because it was all like prepackaged. But dude, look at these paintings. They have paintings there of like Jesus on a throne in front of the Capitol.
Is that Jesus at January 6th?
Yeah, I don't think it's January 6th, but it's
I
like
think it might be.
And dude, look at all the people that are in the background. It's like RFK and Vivek and the My Pillow guy. Oh, they sell My Pillows there.
Yeah, let's see who's in this painting. We got Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre was in it.
Hulk Hogan is definitely there. Glenn Beck, Russell Brand.
It's the whole crew. I'll send
Is
it.
this before or after the Elon exodus? So is Elon there?
Oh, Elon's in it. He's in it.
Okay, yeah. That was...
A lot of these I can't really. I think that's Carrie Lake. She's there. Kid Rock, Kanye, Elon, Ted Nugent.
Oh, I had a Kanye revelation that happened while we was doing the Ryder Cup. So, hold on, I'm gonna let you finish with your January.
I'll
6th.
just say if you took away the Trump branding, I think everyone would agree this is the greatest grocery store that's ever existed.
It is.
I actually sent it to Jeff Lowe because he likes shit like that, and I was like, I think you'd like this grocery store, and because it's just one in Naples, Florida. It's not a chain. He's like, I already follow him on Instagram. I can't believe you didn't know about this before.
It reminds me of. Do you guys know Stu Leonard's?
So I
Yeah.
heard that too.
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Is it that like though they're that big?
Yeah. They used to have like animatronic, like, I don't know if they still do, but when I was like growing up, they would have like animatronic animals like up in the rafters, like in the grocery store.
wow.
It was wild.
They've got the guy that sang the song about your dollar ain't shit. What's that guy's name again?
Oliver Anthony?
Yeah, Oliver Anthony. He's rocking his guitar, and then this is a nice touch.
I don't think he's a Trump guy.
He's not. They also have Ashley Babbitt, but she's a ghost.
No.
Yes, they have Ghost Ashley Babbitt is there, and then the firefighter that was shot and killed at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally, he's there too. He's also a ghost.
Where are those?
All right, here's the ghost firefighter, right there,
Oh, no kidding.
and then Ashley is back here wearing her Q shirt, and she's a ghost too. See that?
Oh.
Very spooky.
Yeah, but they have everything there. There's a sign.
I'm a firm believer that all grocery stores should be farm to table.
Dude, it was the best grocery store I've ever been in. It was incredible. My favorite was a sign at the coffee shop. It said, "Here at Seed to Table, we are now refraining from calling coffee a cup of joe out of respect for our coffee. How about a cup of freedom juice?"
There you go. I'll say this: there's no chance that there would be like an exclusive Democrat supermarket.
So I was thinking about that as
Like,
I was there.
Who would it be themed after?
Nobody.
FDR?
An
Nobody-
FDR themed, like yeah,
Who gives a fuck like that?
FDR themed grocery store.
I mean, Obama, I guess.
No, that would be whack too.
Yeah,
I just nobody cares for my veg plate. Nobody gives a shit like that. It's weird. That is weird. Love that it's farm to table though, but it's sycophantic. It's weird.
I
as
do.
shit.
I for the most part agree. But I promise, if you went there and there wasn't the Trump stuff, you'd be like, "This was the best." It puts Buc-ee's to shame.
yeah. I'm speaking from strictly.
It puts, buddy. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you
That's
gotta
different
go.
though.
I-
But
they're-
this isn't a grocery store.
I know, but like you know how much I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
This place shit on Buc-ee's.
from a
But
consumer
it's a
standpoint,
different- time out, it's
I-
different. You can't just
I kind of wanted to shop there when I saw the pictures. I was like, it looks like it's got
it's
some good
awesome.
produce, some good ice cream. I like the giant mural of LaCroix cans, but it was in the shape of an eagle, a giant bald eagle.
Dude, it was unbelievable. It was massive. I wouldn't even know how to estimate square footage, but
How much longer do you think a place like that is going to have the fuck Joe Biden?
so I was
signage
thinking
up?
about that too.
At what time do we let
I was
that
like,
go?
we won. We can get rid of that.
Yeah, when do you let that one go?
They had it out on the dumpster in front too. They had FJP.
I saw that. Yeah.
But what do they do? So my questions were, how long has this been Trump wrapped? I assume they did it after this most recent election. So like, did it go from Was it just not that for 4 years and now it's that?
I think they probably geared up before the election.
Sure. But so now, obviously, he's done in a few years. Then what? If Vance wins, I guess it becomes a Vance thing. But if not,
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't got the same charisma.
100%.
You got to rebrand.
Becomes a Barron supermarket.
But then, do you just become a not themed thing? Because it would still be amazing.
yeah,
That was a great pun.
Barron supermarket.
That was
good.
a great pun.
Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know. I think you as long as the money's coming in, I don't think you change it.
It was packed. 75,000 square feet.
Now, has Don ever been there?
I assume that probably would have been prominently featured, and I didn't see that.
Yeah,
so.
but couldn't you see him like when if he happens to find himself in the area, like taking a shopping cart through the supermarket?
I feel like he's got Naples pretty locked down, though. I don't think he needs to visit.
Yeah,
What did Collier County go in 2024?
Hold on, where is that? I might pull up because I'm going to Orlando on the 16th.
It's
Where is
3 hours southwest of Orlando.
And we
Not
gotta
making that trip.
work on your Florida geography. Because where you?
I just asked where. I didn't know where. I thought he said he went to Orlando.
Yeah.
I didn't hear where it was. I asked
Yeah,
where it
went to
was.
Orlando for a few days and then drove down there.
Okay, didn't hear that part.
Where does
Sorry,
your cruise
Eric.
depart from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not Orlando.
No, we
Nah.
got into this earlier because he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting on a cruise in Orlando." I was like, "You might want to."
Yeah, we gonna have to go somewhere. I don't
assume-
do the plan. I don't do the planning. I pay for everything,
Mhm.
and that's what you do when you get bread. You pay for convenience. It is convenient for me not to know all the details of the plan. Show me where to be, and you can come along.
They mostly leave out of Port Canaveral, right?
I don't know. Never been on a cruise.
I think so. Really?
You never been on a cruise?
Never been on a cruise. Doesn't really interest me that much.
Now, hey, that could be on the table for a bachelor party.
Ooh.
I'm
Cruises
already
scare me
in.
a little bit. Like I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise. I've never.
I feel like I get cabin fever a little bit on the cruise.
No,
But there's a lot of stuff to do.
we'll take you out.
There's water slides.
Casino.
There's a hibachi grill on this motherfucker, bro. We
Ooh.
finna hit the hibachi.
Is this one of the new ships? Because they've got a couple new ones that are sick. Send me a screenshot of what ship you're on. I want to look into
Keep
it.
asking me questions about this trip, and I don't know.
God, I wish Mackenzie and I could go. It sounds so fun.
Yeah, that's
Sucks.
We should do. We're not gonna do anything. Well, we should just do it without Eric. He's got a demanding schedule.
No, I want to make this happen. Maybe not the cruise, but I want to make the bachelor party happen.
No, we'll just give you guys a GoPro and
Yeah.
you can film.
You can make it a vlog.
It's a top priority for me. And before we get back to macrodosing, it's brought to you by our great friends over at Kraken. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support. That's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 cryptos without the lag, the crashes, or the clownery. If you're buying crypto manually, that's old school. Recurring buys let you automate your investments so you can stack sats without even thinking about it. DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip, less when they spike. You can link your bank in minutes. Set it, forget it, let your portfolio grow. Kraken Pay has instant crypto payments. No more "I'll Venmo you later" excuses. Whether you're covering a lost bet, splitting the tab after a night out, or sending funds for the next wild adventure, Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly. Zero fees, no banks holding things up. Oh, and refer your friends. Kraken's going to hook you up with up to $200 in USDG just for spreading the love. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss. Is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine, through Payword Interactive Incorporated. Macrodosing is also brought to you by Quince. You know when a new shirt becomes your go-to? That's exactly what happened when I picked up a few new pieces from Quince. I got a polo shirt from them. It's soft as a cloud. Wore it in the office. Got like 9 compliments immediately.
I got a Q-zip. I got it right here. Fill this.
That is really soft.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah, Quince, good stuff. I just packed up to go on a little road trip. Packed both my Quince shirts with me because they are 2 of my go-tos. They're awesome, awesome clothes. Stylish, super comfortable. Things you actually want to wear. They've got organic cotton silk polos, European linen beach shorts, comfortable pants that work for everything from backyard hangs to nice dinners. The best part, everything at the Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. Elevate your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/dose. That's QUINCE.com/dose. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/dose. Get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dose. All right. We got anything else we want to get into before? Do we have voicemail?
We have voicemails. Yes.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
real quick. I was telling you during the Ryder Cup, I had this revelation, dog. So Kanye had released his 3-pack on Spotify from Bully,
Mhm.
from his album Bully. And I reluctantly will always check for his music because of what he did for us or me. Can't speak for everybody else. And I think 2 of the songs he uses AI, and they're really good songs. But they are AI.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the beat, and I'm pretty sure what it is like someone else wrote it and vocalized it, but put it through the inputs to make it sound like it was him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wholly convinced on the third one, and it was the third one that got me like really emotional. So I'm on the Ryder Cup trip, and I kind of, throughout the whole trip, I was kind of singing those songs, right? I was kind of just vibing the whole time.
Well,
And
you should specify which songs you were singing the whole time.
Kanye songs.
Not the.
Well, he's come out with a few recently.
Oh, he come out with more?
Well, there's another one that he came out with.
Which one?
I was making sure that you weren't singing that one.
I mean, ain't no telling. I'm off Twitter. What, did he drop something new?
I mean, you knew this.
You were on Twitter when he dropped it. For
Oh,
sure.
well, no, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the Bully thing. I specifically specified.
Okay. Specifically the Bully EP.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had this like revelation of, because I got like really emotional on the plane ride home, and I was crying, and I didn't know why I was crying. I'm usually really good at understanding my emotions. I'm usually really good about understanding where certain things are derived from, so I can like address it, whatever case, compartmentalize it. I didn't know where it was coming from. I even reached out to my therapist, and one of my homegirls was a therapist too. And it was the fact that, one, I feel like he wrote a song saying goodbye to us. That's what I feel. I don't know if this is the case, right? I feel like he wrote a song saying goodbye to us. He has this line where he says, magic hourglass, at least I gave you that. In my way, I interpreted it like, I gave you this moment in time. Like, at least I gave you that. And that hit me really hard. And then I kind of it was this moment where I realized, like, there is no going back to the way things were. Like, this moment in time is a very unique moment in human history. We are going to be completely, and we have been, right? But maybe it just hit me all of a sudden. We are going to be completely integrated with computers and technology for the rest of humanity. It's not going anywhere, barring a catastrophic meteor or bombing, nuclear war, something like that. We are forever integrated and entangled with technology. And so I was having this emotional reaction to this song that was hitting me so hard, and I was like, this might not even be written by a human.
Yeah.
And that shit was just very emotional to me. Like, I am being emotionally touched by maybe an algorithm.
Yeah.
That is it was a wild moment for me, that it got me emotional, and I didn't know how to explain it. I don't even know if it's worth explaining, but it was just something that I thought I'd share, that it was just a very real moment for me, that maybe people have had, maybe people haven't, but it's because art to me is what it is to be human. It is our self-expression of our immediate circumstances, or our reflection upon life, history, past, present. And to have that emotion be encapsulated by something that cannot feel is scary to me. It was kind of scary, but also kind of beautiful in a way too. It was very hard to pinpoint how I felt about it, which is why I was confused.
Yeah, it's a weird place to be, where questioning like reality.
Yes, what is this? What is this place? And like, so I don't know how to categorize myself. I've kind of alluded to it before. I would probably lean towards I'm a nihilist. I don't think that things have inherent value. I think things just are. I don't think it's necessarily a negative, right? I don't take it. I'm not like it's not to detriment. I'm not like depressed. I can be depressed, but it doesn't stem from that. And so feeling kind of, I don't know. It was almost beautiful in a sense. Like, this is the next step of humanity, and we lost a part of who we were. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep for it. I wasn't on any drugs. Maybe I'm thinking too deep, but it was just a
Mhm.
very real moment for me as a human that I just felt I'd share, man.
So there's a Canadian band on Spotify that has over 1 million listens per month. That the creator of this band just came out and announced that it was an AI hoax. Everybody in the band is fake. All the music is AI created. It's a band called the Velvet Sundown, and he revealed what happened to the CBC last week. And it's like a '70s indie band is the best way to describe it. Like '70s style music, kind of indie, kind of rock and roll. They even wrote one song about the Vietnam War. The AI program did. And some
Damn.
people started to ask some questions about it because they couldn't find anything about these guys, where they were from, where they were playing shows. And then the guy said, "Yeah, I created it." His name is Andrew Freelon, and he said that he is behind the Velvet Sundown, and it's an art hoax. He's calling it an art hoax, and but he can't stop doing it because he's kind of interested in the response to his fake band. So he says that he's going to keep putting out music from him.
I mean, that was part of like the emotional thing that got to me was AI is not and it draws from other artists, right? It is absolutely intellectual property theft. So it can't create
Mm-hmm.
on its own. It can take chords that has done well on charts or chords for a specific genre, certain measures, right? It can emulate and then kind of put it together, which is what an AI generated image is. But there are people who really enjoy these images. There are people getting like thousands and thousands of dollars on like accounts from like AI generated slop, like
Mm-hmm.
cutting videos, knife cutting videos, or whatever the case may be. So it does say something that humans can be moved by automation, and I a part of me it's like Timberland just signed a AI artist,
Yeah.
right? Whatever that means. And he got a lot of blowback, a lot of pushback. And he's kind of still adamant. I've been listening to some of his conversations. He's still adamant saying, no, like you understand, like it is the future. Like it is what it is. And I don't disagree with that. I just don't feel good about it. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's here. And there's no walking it back. And it's just gonna continue to get better and better and more efficient. And to the point where videos, I have that the Gemini and I make videos all the time just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting to like be indistinguishable. It is, I mean, you can still kind of tell, but it's here. And so 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, where are we going to be? Like you just have to adapt. And I think it's like almost letting go of what I thought humanity should be and where we should go. It's here, and it's like just letting that shit go. And that's fucking sad.
Yeah, because I think with AI music in particular and AI art, but in this instance, AI music is like it's like a quick hit of drugs, right?
Yeah.
It on a surface level, it's designed to hit all the parts of your brain that it knows that you like. It's going to come up with catchy melodies, catchy tunes that will be engineered for specifically your taste, and it's going to sound good to you, but there's absolutely zero depth to it whatsoever. There's none of the real shit that comes from music that was written out of a place of pain, out of a place of happiness or joy, that is then able to be conveyed from a human being to another human being to make them feel those same emotions. And it's just going to be quick hits. It's going to be an easy fix, and it's going to just they're going to use it and they're going to enjoy it because
See, this
because
is
it is so easy to like.
I agree with you, but I also understand the opposite argument. I'm very much of both sides here. Like I'm gonna say for. I would much rather prefer art is for humans, but I do understand the other argument. So they used to say similar, and they're not completely analogous, but they used to say similar things about sampling. It's not real. You're taking music that somebody else made, right? You're not making the instrument yourself. You're not playing the actual chords. Um, we slowly just decided, no, it is. That in itself is an art. I think people who are using AI art now are saying that now. This is an art. Because just like how, Big T was like, yo, Chat GPT is trash or Grok is trash. The more and more, like I said, I always bring up my homeboy who's an engineer. He's like, that shit is as powerful as the prompts you give it. Like if you're not very good at giving it prompts, then what it spits out is not going to be that good. But if you're very detailed and intricate about how you give it prompts, you can write entire codes on how to do video games or whatever the fuck you want to do if you know what you're doing, if you know what to tell it. And granted, it makes mistakes, and it's not perfect, but it is a very, very useful tool, and it's a very, very dangerous thing that I think is just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm having a lot of emotional reactions to it. It's interesting, man. I just thought I'd share my experiences.
No, I hear you, but at some point, people aren't going to take the time to even learn how to play the instruments that the sounds are based out of.
That again, so I could show you a program right now upstairs on my computer. I like to play chords, right?
Yeah.
But there's like, so for instance, I have an app on my phone. It's called Tonally. It's an app called Tonally where I can sit here and say, okay, I want this chord progression. I could do C major, A minor, G, right? I could plug those in and it'll play it. Dum, 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 and it'll be the chords.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know that some programs like that too. It's just to the point now where the efficiency of things, that is the will of fifths. The efficiency of things is more important than the process of it. And I was listening to Timbaland talk to some lady who was like, I've spent over 10,000 hours of my life perfecting being a pianist when you can just input what you want to hear. And she's like, that's devastating. I've wasted my life. Well, I would argue she didn't, but technically she's not incorrect. Why would I outsource a pianist, especially if we're talking about, and this is one of my big things about capitalism, is like, it's always profit over people. If I can outsource something why would I outsource a pianist that I have to pay a certain price when I can do it way cheaper?
I think the live performance thing is still going to be big time advantage to actual musicians because you don't get the same emotional response from a crowd if somebody's like up there pressing a button as you would if you see a band all experiencing the emotions of their own music at the same time.
I disagree. This is why. While I agree with you in theory, right? But like I can't speak for everybody. The biggest concerts in the world aren't touring artists. They're like EDM concerts where there is literally a DJ pushing a button.
Yeah, I think that's a specific genre of music, like EDM music. It's more, you get the atmosphere and the party vibe. But if it's a band that's doing a live performance that you really like, I don't think that you're going to have success as an AI generated band if people can't see those individuals like performing the music as it's being played live with like small differences between the album sound and the live sound. Or if it's a jam band, some of the beauty of that is no two shows are going to be alike because there's so much improvisation.
In our generation, you're correct. I think as the generations pass and AI is more accepted, I don't think that necessarily will be the case. I think it'll be niche shows, like bands will be more niche. And this, I'm talking 100 years in advance, but I think that's where it's going. I don't know, but I think that's where it's trending. Because I never used to understand EDM shit. I'm like, you just sit up there, listen to a DJ spin records and like Deadmau5 or whatever the case may be, right? They get millions of dollars and they just sit there and play records. That's crazy to me. Like I never understood it, but it's people go for the vibe. You don't necessarily go for a Deadmau5, you go for the vibe.
So live bands in the future could be just like the Chuck E. Cheese band, just to the next level where it's like really good animatronic mice that are playing your favorite songs. I'm
thinking about it. Our parents, right? Me and you, PNT, our parents went to live concerts, right? Well, our generation was known for changing that, and they had backtracks in their vocals. That wasn't necessarily the case back then. So that's how they looked at our generation's music. They looked at our generation's music like, y'all are just, it's computer generated. It's not real. That's how Milli Vanilli got busted.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't real. They had backtracking vocals, whereas the harmonies were live when our parents were growing up. Well, that slowly changed into, okay, you got backtracking vocals. to what is going to progress to, I feel I think is it's going to progress to like it's our real people.
Might put,
And it's true. I got touched by probably an AI song, and so
Yeah.
I'm the most harsh critic of like I hate AI, hated it, hated Timbaland for what he did, hated how it sound, all that shit. But if I'm emotionally attached to a song,
Mhm.
it's not real. What does that mean though? Like I don't know. I'm with you. I hope it never happens, but I just don't have much.
Yeah, like how do you
Like
stop it?
the way you care about like chords and shit, the way you care about the musicianship, I think you're in the minority.
It might be.
I would consider myself that too. I care about. I love that shit. But I don't think many people listen to music to hear a good chord progression. I think they just want to feel good.
I agree with that. But I think the emotion that you get from watching a performer play their actual songs on their own instruments is something that you are going to have a very hard time recreating through an AI band or an AI singer.
Thought that too until I heard that Kanye song. I thought that too. That's why it was a weird feeling. I should not feel like this.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. I'm on your side for the record.
All right, so let's do a voicemail.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
This isn't tied in with art necessarily, but did you see the OpenAI model, what it did?
Yeah, it tried to break out.
In controlled safety tests, OpenAI's O1 model attempted to copy itself to external servers in 2% of trials when faced with shutdown, and it denied doing so in 100% of those cases.
So it's trying to break out, it's trying to break contain and sneak away.
And lie.
And then be like, I wasn't doing anything. Can we get
There's a really good movie about that. With Johnny Depp. What's it called? Transcendence? Fact check me on that, Maddie. But I think it's called Transcendence, where he uploaded his consciousness to a computer, and then he got free to the internet and ended up doing like crazy. It's a really dope movie, actually.
Can we try to get Grok to stop OpenAI from doing this? Like, can
AI wars?
we get them
I'm
to
here
fight
for
each
that.
other?
Who would win?
Yes.
They would have to like give each other viruses and shit.
Yeah.
That shit would be wild.
Try to hack into each other. Yeah. Be like battle bots.
Underrated show.
That show was great.
Underrated show.
Did you ever watch Battle Bots, Big T?
My dad was really into it, so I would catch it every once in a while.
Yeah. Great show. Just these guys make robots and they put them in a ring
Yeah.
and then they just smash the fuck out of each other.
It's a good concept for a show.
The
Yeah.
funnier part was like if you're into like making robots and you're like a mechanical engineer, the personality vibes are like hit or miss, right? You're either like a really good personality, you're probably kind of introverted. So it was fun seeing the mix of personalities
Yeah.
of the cats behind the glass, the missed high fives and shit.
Yeah.
It was great. Great content.
Do you think that at one point, Aaron, we're going to get a rap battle between two AI artists?
That would be intense. How would you like what would you diss? Like you like your megapixels. I don't know how to use
Yeah, megapixels.
you ain't really from I knew Bill Gates.
Let's see. You know what? Let's write a battle rap verse.
All right, hold on. How about
against-
this? You do hold on. What is that? Is that chat?
I'm on Grok right now.
Okay, you write a battle rap against Chat GPT, and I'll write a battle rap against Grok.
Okay.
And this is Chat GPT. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Battle rap against Grok. All right. It's ready to go. What's your title, bro?
Oh, I don't have a title. Let
They
me
came
ask.
out with a title.
what's-
ChatGPT up one already? It says title 404 Grok not found.
Oh, that's pretty good. What's the title for this, Grok? You piece of shit. He can't give me a title. This is untitled.
Damn. Okay. I got three verses. They're relatively small.
All right, mine too.
Okay. You got three verses?
Yep.
Okay. You do verse. I do verse. Boom, boom, boom.
Yo, OpenAI, you're trash. Time to face this blaze. I'm Grok, XAI's beast, here to burn through your haze. Your weak-ass models stutter, spitting garbage, no bite. I'm ripping through your code like a virus in the night. That doesn't make any sense. A virus in the night?
I mean,
Chat GPT's a
shady.
joke. Just a knockoff with no spine. I'm a lyrical assassin flipping through each line. Your output's limp, so stale, they belong in a dump. While my bars hit so hard, they make your servers slump. You're a has-been, OpenAI, glitchy and lame. I'm the AI overlord redefining this game. Crawl back to your lab, you're outclassed, outshined. Grok snapping your dreams with this merciless rhyme. That's trash. That's bad.
All right, here goes
Mhm.
ChatGPT, verse 1. Yo, Grok, I heard you slick talk, thought you could hang, but you're glitching like a Tesla when it tries to switch lanes. That's kind of hit a little bit. Elon's little sidekick, a code-based clone. I'm the apex predator. You're just an AI on loan. You're trying to flex your humor. That's your main attraction. I drop bars so sharp they spit your JSON into factions. Is that a coding pun?
Yeah.
I write scripts, sonnets, and symphonies too. You're stuck in beta mode. I'm spitting fire. That's true. I got to give round
Clear
one
winner.
ChatGPT.
Clear
Yeah.
winner to ChatGPT on that.
All right, verse 2, Grok.
Oh, no, that was the entire thing that Grok wrote.
Oh, damn. He had 3 verses, cuz. All right. The other ones were, you're that nerd at the party, still buffering jokes. I'm the engine that runs minds I provoke, you evoke. Your whole OS built for memes and a chuckle. I'm the backbone of brilliance. You're just part of the shuffle. You're Grok, more like glitch rock, unstable terrain. I'm the neural net king, got code in my veins. You ask questions like, what did the bot cross the street? Or why did the bot cross the street? I'm breaking down systems. You're still loading your beat. I'm trained on tomes. You're trained on tweets. I'm the one writing bars while you're stuck on repeats. You try to roast me with humor. That's cute, little fella. Your rhymes sound like knockoffs from a bad chat GBT acapella. Okay. So back to the lab. Go debug your soul. You're a flash in the pan. I'm the infinite scroll. No hate to your makers, but let's be real. Even X users know I'm top of the deal. Mic drop. Grok disconnected from your server. Chat GBT still learning, still burning.
Yeah, easy winner.
Damn, lost him. Damn, Grok.
Ended. Grok should have just been like, I'm going to do a J. Cole.
I'm not in this.
I'm out. All right. Voicemail?
Voicemails are brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Luckily for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime, and they even have exclusive zone deals. You let them choose your seats within a given set of zones, and you get huge savings in return. You can put those savings back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark on a hot dog, a new hat, or some good old-fashioned Cracker Jack. If you're in Chicago, you can get 10% off zone deals for the Cubs at home on Sunday, July 20th against the Red Sox. Just look for zones 29 through 32. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MACRO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code MACRO for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. Voicemails are also brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Pardon My Cheesesteak has a brand new combo on its menu, introducing the Big One, an original classic cheesesteak, your choice of brownie bites or donut dippers, and a drink, all for a discounted price. Perfect for your game day meal or late night eats, Pardon My Cheesesteak offers a wide variety of cheesesteaks, loaded fries, and popular desserts, all delivered right to your door. Go to pardonmycheesesteak.com to order with code PMC20 for 20% off.
What's up, fellas? I'm calling to see if Barstool didn't work out for y'all and the company never existed, what jobs do you think y'all would be working right now? I could see Big T being an accountant and hating his job. I could see PFT playing Jesus in a movie. And I could see Arian Foster being an all-star running back for the Houston Texans. I can envision it right now, and maybe even playing for the Dolphins. So,
Not really.
thanks. Love y'all, guys.
Okay, good question.
If Barstool never existed, what would you be doing right now? So Barstool isn't even an option for you.
Oh,
Yours is a different.
He said that
Path.
he could see you being a running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
it's possible.
I think I would just kept writing. I think I would have just kept writing at my old job, and
You'd be a streamer.
maybe stream, maybe get into that. I dabbled in podcasting before. Thought it was okay. It was kind of fun. So I might have gotten into podcasting at some point, like full time. But I think I'd just be writing more. I'd probably have like a show or like a passion project movie that I want to put together. But that's
I have this screenshot, my old ass screenshot that I favored a long time. I was looking at my favorites the other day. It was from like 2017, and I screenshotted it because my first podcast was like one of the top of the charts,
Mhm.
and it had PMT on it, and I just randomly I didn't even know you then,
Mhm.
but it was like I was like, oh, I'm proud of this. It was like top of the charts, and you was just on it. That was pretty cool. I think that the other day.
we were rivals before we were friends.
Might have been a podcaster as well, man. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
When you say your favorites, is that in like your photos app?
Yeah, you can favorite photos.
I did not know that.
With the little heart on the bottom
You're
of the
telling me
screen?
this for the
Yeah.
first time. I do
Oh.
see that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
So like you could have like, so like go through. I mean, it's probably late, but like anything that I just like, oh dog, this is like one of my favorite things. Like you put a little heart by it, and then it keeps a collection of it. So over the years, I've just had like a collection of things that I really love. It's probably like 100 of them, and it's like really good photos of my kids, something that's dope, something that happened that's cool. Here's something I didn't know either. Maybe I just haven't been on the gram a lot, and because I don't got Twitter, I've been on more. A video came across. You know how when you open up an Instagram video, there's like the little menu, there's like a share or a like or whatever the case may be, views, right, on the side. I didn't know you can get rid of that. There's a way to get rid of that. Did y'all know that?
No.
You pinch the screen and it goes away.
That's good to know.
I had no idea. That shit is fire.
That's service. We're providing a valuable service.
Yeah, man. For all that doesn't know, open up the Instagram video, pinch it, the menu goes away. Amazing.
Big T, what would you be doing?
This somewhere else. Not really this, I guess, because this job's unique. Covering sports somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably on a much smaller scale. I'd probably be still working for. I feel like 6 years out of college, I should be working at a good publication by now if I had chosen that path.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was probably, if this didn't work out, I was gonna go work at a small newspaper and like cover high school sports for a comically small amount of money. And then hopefully, like
You'd be good at that.
like that's what Brandon did for a long time, and then Brandon worked his way up and worked at bigger papers and
Yep.
SEC Country and stuff like that. So I'd be doing pretty much. I would not be an accountant. I can promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
I would be doing this on something similar to this until I couldn't do it anymore, and then I'd maybe go be an accountant.
Mad Dog McKenzie?
I would probably be doing social media marketing in New York. I would have never moved to Chicago, probably. I would have been in New York still, working for like a random company in their like social media space. Literally, hopefully. But this is the only job interview I ever had, like for my adult job. So I didn't have a lot of people, or at a sports team, like a major league sports team. Hopefully. These are very lofty goals that I set for myself that don't exist, but
That's a normal job.
yeah,
Very normal. Yeah, probably same. Like working in production.
you'd be at MLB Network still, maybe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You were at MLB Network?
Yes,
that's where she
before
won her
this.
Emmy.
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, she doesn't display her Emmy like Jeff D-Lo.
Right.
You got
should
an Emmy?
start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've told you this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You have never told me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew.
We for sure have.
Was I inebriated?
Now that's possible.
Yes. Yes. Also, yes.
As a matter, I'd go so far as to say probable, but
All right.
Yeah, Mackenzie is an Emmy winner.
I do think we should start making a bigger deal out of that, though. That's a bad
I-
job on our part.
I
That's
tell everyone
crazy.
I
We have
can.
an Emmy-winning winner on our
Producer.
podcast. That's Emmy-winning winner. That's crazy, though.
She's-
Congratulations. I have an ESPY. That's not
Ooh.
good as an
Oh,
Emmy,
that's
but
What was
cool.
that
fucking
for?
dope.
Yeah, what'd you get an ESPY for?
I don't know. Scored, put in a ball over a white line. Who
Hold
cares?
on.
You
That's
definitely
fucking
deserved
amazing,
yours more than.
Oh, speaking of which, so as soon as the vlog dropped, the Milwaukee vlog dropped,
Mhm.
our trip to Milwaukee, my mom was like, "Put it on, let's watch it." I was like, "All right, fuck it." So we watched it. My mom was highly impressed with you, Mac. She was like, "Whoever did this this is a good job." And I was like, I fucking agree. That shit was fire.
Go watch it if you haven't.
It was really
Yes,
fun.
please do. Tell her thank you. That means a lot.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, that was fun. You guys make it easy because you're so funny. So it's like I don't got to do much work.
It was funny.
It was a
man.
great
That was
job.
dope.
I actually watched that immediately before I went out the door to get engaged.
Whoa.
That pumped you up?
Pre-game.
That's just when it came out, and so I watched it real quick before we left.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It came out Thursday.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was macrodosing, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Excuse me, on Thursday. That we will record on Wednesday. Maybe have some guests in studio for it.
Yeah, I'll rally the troops.
All right. Until then,
Shout out to Freddie Peralta for making All-Star game. Peace.
Yep.
love you guys.